Welcome to the coffee shop, everybody. This is just a quick PSA, a quick little update. Literally, this video will take just a few minutes because something very perfect happened last night while I was working on the video that I just posted yesterday. I did a video called Trading RSI Divergences Like a Boss, right? And I hope you were able to follow that video. I'm very surprised, actually. A lot of you are new traders and you came back with your comments and questions and appreciative remarks. And it seems to me that you guys were able to follow the complexity of that video. And I am so happy, so grateful for that. Really, it is a highly technical video. It involves a lot of things that take several months and months and months of practice and studying and learning, and lots of failures but you guys came back right after that video, right after it was posted, and you showed me that I was able to present it to you in a way that was just easy enough for you to follow. And again, if there's anything in that video, anything in the notes that you don't quite understand, please use the comments, go ahead and ask. And that video is right here. I did it on ADA, right? And you can see the mishmash, right? You can see just all of this mess, right? These are the notes that flash in my mind when I look at a chart, okay? And I see a divergence. This is what flashes in my mind. And obviously, we can find that divergence again, but we don't have to. Anyway, if you're looking at error cannot compile script, yeah, well, I'm working on something right now. It's for the release of an indicator that I plan on doing later today or tomorrow. It's that A or B choice for that volume indicator that I asked you about in a post. So anyway, what I wanted to address is when I was setting up for the video, I saw this taking place and I said, this couldn't be more perfect for me to be able to follow up on this RSI divergence video with an obvious RSI divergence that is going to take place where it will trick a lot of people. So that's what I want to talk to you real quick about just for a few minutes today. I'm not going to do it on this video. I'd like on Cardano's ADA. I would like to, because you can see, I want you to just take note, this black area here, okay? Just take note of that. Now, when I switch over to, let's go to Bitcoin. Let me see what we got going on here, right? Bitcoin, and you can't see the black area here. That's why I don't want to do it here, but the divergence is still the same. Obviously, price is moving the same way. The algo is registering the same thing, right? Now, let's go to Ethereum where you can see it a little bit better, okay? Now, what I did was I actually entered this trade, some time ago. And it's why I didn't put up a video over the last number of days. I was waiting for this to play out. This is a 1 hour chart. I already exited my trade, and this one started here. And I ended it somewhere around here. It actually took 2 days and 16 hours, but it was the better part of a 17% gain on my entry. So never mind what my entry was. I think I finally entered somewhere over here. So I ended up getting 14.5%. That's pretty good, right? Hang on, let's do this. Go to the calculator, right? Let's say you put down $50, right? Plus 14.5 percent right here. So you put down 50, you walk away with $57.25. It's not bad, right? So it's really not bad for a move that you set and walked away and came back like 2 days later to see how it's playing out. I figured things are kind of moving against me. I saw this exit long position show up, another one show up, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna get out when I start seeing a loss in volume. And that's what happened here. There's no volume taking place. You can see nice green color here, black color here, black and red color here, right? You know what I'm talking about. Red color here, which means move to the downside, right? You know what these things are telling you, okay? When you see a change from one color into another, you know that you're transferring. your momentum is switching. You're going from the downside to the upside. And here you're going from the upside to the downside. It's not just about the angle of this move. It's also telling you that here there was a loss of momentum and now you are gaining momentum to the downside. So that tells you that, hey, somewhere around here I can enter, or like here I can enter, and I can probably go from my previous swing low, right? Not to get into a technical thing because I want to show you something else, right? This is a move to the downside. Here. This is a move to the downside, right? And if I entered, I can go for the previous swing low, which is over here. Just target it, just very quickly. Target that previous swing low. Go for your current swing high, which is there, right? And this trade also takes a couple of days, but you end up getting out right there just before price starts to reverse and go up. So really cool, right? Once you start to understand market structure, just by looking at your charts, the algo will help you when you've had a break in structure. It's telling you you had a break in structure. Here is a low. This is what I see when I look at the algo. I see a low down here, super low, right? And then there are no more lows, but I see price is moving down. The momentum is moving down. So where's my next low? Okay, here, below the zero. Here's my low. Okay, so I'm looking for my moving average to cross that area. I'm sorry, the close. There we go. I'm looking for my moving average to cross below that. It happens here. And then the next candle is there. This would have been a more proper entry as a pullback, but I know I can catch it from here because my moving average is already crossing over. So that would have been your entry. Again, target your previous swing low and you get out right there. This ends up being a 2.5% move. Literally, just set the trade, walk away, and wait for it to play out. 2 days and 18 hours later, you walk away with an additional 2.25%. Like, it's just real easy to do it. Once you understand market structure, break of structure, and like break of your trend lines. And that's something I'm gonna make a video about later today. Here's a low, here's a high, here's a low, here's a higher high, here's a higher low, a higher high, a higher low. You see how this low is not lower than this high? So that means this is a higher low. But then you don't have a higher high. This one is here. It's just about the same, but there's probably a divergence in the oscillator, right? This is in your RSI. This in the oscillator, your RSI is lower here than it is here. I can see it right now, okay? So that means price is going to start moving down once you start breaking your trend line and your moving average is red. So you can see now that you don't have another higher high. You're looking for your next low. That's here, right? You've broken your trend. Now you are in a downtrend, okay? So that ends up looking like this. If you draw a line on it, I want to connect this one and this one, right? I want to connect these. Where is the break of structure? Here. This is the break of structure. This is the area I'm looking at. I'm looking down and I see just before it a low high and a higher high. There is another divergence right there. So I'm looking for price to come back down below and inside of this range and start moving down. That happens with this candle right here. Okay, so that long candle breaks down below the midline, and then the RSI comes down at this point. And it happens when the moving average here is red. Your cloud is changing to red. After this, you can enter any one of these and go for your swing low. So this is what I see when I look at the charts. Now, what I want to show you is this couldn't be more perfect, okay? We were working on this yesterday, and I can't show you here because there's too much going on. I can't show you on Bitcoin because there's nothing showing in the algo right now, and I have an idea why that is. It's because of how many positions there are in the price, like how many whole numbers, how many decimal numbers. But let's take a look at Ethereum, right? you can see a little bit of black is starting right there. See this? Black right here, black right here. What is happening here? There is a loss of momentum. That's what this is. It's a loss of momentum. You need to understand this for the next thing that I'm going to say. Look here. Let me turn off the stochastic so you can see this. All right. This is just a quick like show and tell session. This isn't a strategy or anything that I'm going over with you. You can see that here is your range, right? And I said you only want to care about highs that take place outside of the range. So that would be anything up here, right? Anything above plus 10, anything below minus 10. So how do I know that I should get out of this trade even though the RSI formula says get out here, right? RSI formula says get out here. But I got out elsewhere. Why? Because all of a sudden I see a divergence. And let me wipe this back here. Here you have a high, right? Here you have a lower high. So price should be flowing in that direction now, but it's not doing it yet. Why? It's not doing it because you have a loss of momentum. It's black. There is no interest in this price level. I know I'm circling down here when I say price level. This is just momentum. This is that price level. There is no interest in this price level. The thing that concerns me is that for my time, it's 7:28 a.m. It's been like this for a number of hours, and the trading floor, New York, and all the major players, they start going in action in about a half an hour. So I'm wondering if this pump was just to push price up to a certain level, and then all of a sudden they're going to be like, yeah, we got your money. We're just dropping this down. That's what I believe is going to happen. Why do I say that? Well, because you have a divergence here pointing down. And that is, here's your other high, right? Here's your high. And the other one is here. Your price is higher. Your RSI, your Heikin Ashi, is lower. You're going to be moving to the downside. When does it go there? Remember, when will it go there? This is the part where you have to do the most important thing. I can't make this text any bigger, but I'm going to type it big. What do? Wait. That's it. You have to wait. A lot of you are going to be looking at, what do I do? Here's a pump. I want to get in on it. But what do? Well, you wait. And the algo is even telling you to wait. So take a look here. Okay. You can tell that when price opens below the moving average and closes above the moving average, this is a really good entry point. But the trend continues nicely when you are opening below the RSI and closing above the RSI, and that is consistent. That is an interesting price point, okay? The RSI the candle opens below the RSI and closes above the RSI consistently, right? Until here. And what happens here? Majority of the candle is above the RSI, even though it's over the midline, over the 10, over the moving average. It doesn't matter. It's becoming overbought. This area, the 70 or the 30-20 level, whatever you want to call it, this red area, I will say it over and over again in as many videos as I need to. This area does not mean overbought, period. This is exactly why I have my open high length set to 9, okay? And this is set to 14. It's a difference of just 5 points. I could set it to 7, but I like using 9, okay? What I'm getting at is I need my candles to be half the length of my RSI. Because if I do that, look, half of the candle is below, the other half is above. Here, Less than half the candle is below, more than half of it is above the RSI. This is where I would get out the minute I see this. This is a better place to get out because the high of this candle did not reach the high of the previous candle. And the candle is opening and closing above the RSI. This is the end of the move, okay? And then you can see candles pushing to the downside. They don't touch the RSI. The lows do, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't touch the RSI, doesn't touch the RSI. It's not touching the RSI. This one closes below the RSI. However, the RSI is still above the moving average, still above the moving average. It's just a slight pullback, but it is not a downtrend because the RSI is on top. The moving average is on the bottom. Doesn't matter that this candle is red. It's just showing you it's a pullback. Then it switches back. What happens? It's opening below the moving average, doesn't cross it, doesn't cross it. You see how it's having trouble getting the open of the candle above the moving average and the close of the candle above the RSI. It's not happening. It finally happens here. Opens below the moving average, closes above the RSI. Doesn't happen anywhere else. And this is ironically your divergence. So at this point, price will fall. However, that's the common rule. At the divergence, the price will fall. Why do you wait? Because the algo is telling you, look, while we've been talking, this area has been getting darker and darker. There is no interest at this price level. So watch what's happening. This is now a range. And the algo at some point is going to print. It's going to print a range signal, okay? It's going to print one. So that means price will fall down to the midline of a previous range. Let me take this, and this is also why I got out of this trade, okay? So here is the midline of a range, right? I was coming in an uptrend, so you're gonna watch me do some technical stuff now. I said I didn't want to do it, but here we are. So from the close here, boop, I want to go to this part. I'm gonna go right here, make it nice and flat as I can, right there. And I'm going to drag it so that the midline of this range is at the close of the candle, there, right there. Now, let me adjust this. I swore I didn't want to get into a live trade, but I'm getting some live TA. Why not? Just for you guys, right? Let's make the background a little bit here. Just kind of fade that out and make it lighter. There we go. Now, still not enough for me. I need this, the midline, to be white and bright. I want to see that. And we'll make the channel white and bright, but it doesn't need to be super thick. There. So this is my range. I'm under the impression that price will come back down to the midline of this range here, right there. Okay. Now, the only way that I know when that will happen is when the algo shows me there's some interest here. I need to have some interest. There's nothing happening. The moving average is still green, right? It's still green. I'm opening above the moving average and closing below it, but I am not closing below the RSI until this candle starts to happen, right? This one opens below the moving average and it's attempting to close below the RSI. And if you look very closely, every once in a while, this line changes to red. It's all dependent on the close of this candle. And there's another 24 minutes left in this 1 hour chart. I'm not sure how that's going to play out. But again, I have to wait. You did your move. You did your 17% profit. You got out somewhere over here. You're good. Stop trying to get more out of it. Even if you go onto a smaller time frame, I didn't look at it yet. Let's take a look right here. Look at all of this. You should not be in this market right now. Stay away. Oh, here, small move to the downside, real small move to the downside right there. Okay, this is that final candle that's printing right now. And this is a 5-minute time chart, which means 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Look at that. Like I said, on the larger time frame, this is still black and it's trying to push down, but it's having trouble doing it. Now the moving average is switching back to green right here. Okay, so at that point of that divergence, which was here, I can't find it on this chart. Here's a low, high, low, high. Yeah, I don't see it on this one particularly because I'm on I just had to zoom out more. Sorry. This is the divergence that I marked on the larger time frame. Here's a high. Here's a lower high. Here's the same one. Here's a high. Here is a higher high. Okay, price is up, RSI is down, and it starts falling. At this point, starts falling, but I don't think it's going to fall that far. If I wanted to, I could do something nice and just draw a trend line. Here, you want to go from the closes, right? Here's a low. It's been broken. Here's a low. Yep, we'll start from here. We'll go through this other low and see where we go. Now, I'm looking on the chart above, but my eyes are down below. Here's the low, okay? I'm looking at the chart below. Here's the other low. I want to go through that low, right? I just want to cut right through it, okay? Right there. And this low is over here. So there was a break in structure already, a slight one, which tells me that this right here, there was no interest in this level. So all of this right here, all of this is overbought. Everything here is overbought. So this is overbought. That means here, there. Price is trying to go into this upward wedge pattern right now. Okay, and it will probably continue. Bounce around a little bit, and I'm telling you, 9 out of 10, my prediction is that the price is going to do this. It's going to bounce around in here. Okay, probably dip down a little bit. Then it's going to bounce up a little bit, and you're going to see this fall to this area. Okay. First, it'll go down there. Then it will continue back down to wherever I put my channel. I don't know where I put my channel now because I'm on a much smaller time frame. Go back to the 1 hour. Here, did I put my channel in this chart? No, I deleted it. So you're looking at a support and resistance area here. Area, not line, area. Understand that, okay? And you're looking at another one here. So I'm seeing price get down to this level, and then it'll just bounce below it, probably come up a little bit and bounce back down. So that's what I'm seeing. So that being said, I wanted to get you guys just informed real quick of what do you do when you see this pump, okay? Here's that pump. A lot of people saw it, they got real greedy, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna cover this in another video later today. In the middle of the night, you would have gotten a message from an exchange where you have your account, and they would tell you price has leaked 17% or whatever it is, right? They're telling you this. You wake up in the morning and you see that they send you a message saying that the price has gone up 12% in the last X number of hours. Okay, great. That's wonderful. But by the time you get that notification, do not go to the exchange based on those notifications. All that is a way for generate traffic on their service. That's it. On top of that, you would see this and you'd be like, oh, I got to get me a piece of that, right? You would put your trade in somewhere over here, right? Let's look for a 50 period moving average, just the 50. Okay, here's a 50. It's my EMA 3. This one, here's my overall. So I have a 50 and a 200. You're like, oh yeah, it's great. Some people are just using a 20 period, right? Okay, go here, there's a 20. That's gonna be number 2 here, a 20, and they use that. I'm like, oh wow, this is awesome. I'm just using a 20 period moving average, bounced away. This is nice. Let me look left for some other area. Here is a support and resistance level right there, this is what they would do. They would be like, oh yeah, I got a rejection off of here, so let me get in right there. All right, you made just a little bit. Go for that previous swing high. I'm telling you, go for the safe bet. You would have had to do that if you caught this late. If you decided that, well, this is going to go to the moon, I'm going to get in, I'm going to set my take profit way up here, right? RSI formula is what, 24 something? That's a 1 to 3.4. That's a 1 to 3.44. Okay, 1 to 3.44. Here it is. RSI formula wins again. Boom, get out right there. All I did was say, hey, where's the rejection? Where's the first long candle off of it? Here, right? And I said, what's the RSI formula? All right. Okay, so off of this candle, that's a 1 to 3.16. Okay, 3.16. You should be doing your RSI formula that fast because it got me out. Where did it get me out? It got me out at the divergence. Same thing. Look at that candle. Okay, it got me out at the divergence. And then when you look closely at the algo, I will tell you again, it's black. Do not get in. Don't go in for a short. Don't do anything. Don't even try and trade back down to the 20. Don't try and trade back down to your support and resistance line. Do not do it. When you see a divergence take place and the color is black, wait. Okay? You have to wait. One of the things that I covered in the video yesterday was what? Look for that first candle where the divergence took place. Okay? So you have a divergence that takes place on this candle, right? So I'm marking that candle. Your initial candle was here, right? There. Okay. What is the close of that candle? Here. Okay. Did price break below that close yet? No. You see it here. Price is still up here. You wait. You need price to break down below that. Oh, let me go. Here. Is it here? I can never find my arrow when I want it. Somebody help me out. There it is. Nope, that's not it. Not it. No, not it. There we go. You need price to break down below that line to confirm that you get into a short trade. Okay? It has to close below that line, and you need momentum to the downside. Red moving average, red candles, red cloud in the background. No, like this. Red moving average, red candles, red cloud in the background. That is a confirmation to the downside. Now what I'm seeing is this is telling me exit long. Okay. What is that saying? That means, hey, resistance level right there. I see that as a dynamic resistance level, and the algo is doing a good job of giving me that. It's also telling me resistance level here. Oops, sorry, at the close of this candle. It's telling me another resistance level here. So that tells me I need to get below this price to enter short. Let me do this. There. I need to get below this price, but I need to break through this range. Otherwise, it is not a confirmed entry. I have to break through this range. And then, only then, would I enter into a position. Okay, that's it. So while you got to break through this price, great. What you can do at this point is you can go to your alerts and say, hey, what is my price level here? 149,389, right? I'm going to go in on Ethereum when the price is closing below 149, 3.89. Okay, when it is crossing down 149,389, I'll get an alert when price closes below that line. Then I'll come back to the chart and I will wait for it to close below this line here. This, get out of here, box. I will wait for it to fully close below that line. If that's the case, if that happens, then I will look for my previous place of liquidity. Where is that? That's another support and resistance level, which is where? Close of this candle. See, it says exit long. My first target would be here, just as a safe bet. I would also look at the RSI formula and say, once it closed in this area, what is the RSI? And again, you're doing it against the trend. You can do it as a reverse trade on your RSI formula. You can reverse it. Yes, that's what I said. So in looking at this, I'm looking at price moves up, gets to a rally here, price moves up, gets to a little rally here. Let me see what's happening here. Watch this closely now. Watch out now. Let's get into something serious here. I see a little rally here, right? Here's the rally right here. Okay. Watch me now. There's my Fibonacci tool. This is my first marker. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to where price slowed down, and yes. So currently price has hit its bottom. It usually comes down 50%. Here's 0.5, right? Price went up, stopped here at my first take profit, and then it came down and it hit right here. So now I need to wait because price is going to range in this area. Done deal. Okay. So just wanted to put that up there real quick. Sorry it took so long. I really just get passionate about it and just start getting to some things. So I got some notifications to get into. Stay tuned to the channel. I have some things coming out for you later today. You're going to enjoy that. All right, peeps. Later. And like I said, stay out of this trade. It's just going crazy right now.